sure. And kalau misalkan diingat-ingat lagi tuh ya emang benar-benar sangat-sangat valuable experience gitu. For example, we can see here a lot of different things that we do in day-to-day basis as an intern. For example, the meetings we have sometimes like daily meetings.
We love meetings.
Yeah, meetings. We love meetings. Sometimes it's not only with people within your departments, but sometimes if it's for me, FCS, I met with a lot of clients from the US, of course, and you can also do a lot of meetings. A lot of pictures here are about meetings. So basically, you do meetings a lot, but not only meetings sih. Kayak Pak Jason. So it's not only meetings.
Right.
As an intern, we also do a lot of fun things. So
Do
meetings,
y'all have projects?
Of course, projects.
Like activities and stuff you get together with?
I do 4th of July. Jadi di sini di tiap tahun tuh ya di US Embassy kita selalu bikin acara 4th of July. Jadi senang-senang ada party gitu-gitu. Jadi aku waktu itu jadi panitia gitu. One of the I think for listing all the diplomats and then like how do you even call it? Like list of people
all
from
the
the
attendees
embassies,
and stuff,
protocol,
Yeah, sure.
I'm doing protocol, and I was like, oh my god, doing protocol is so cool. And I was like, I was working on my clients for finance, right, from the US, and then one day my supervisors, jadi aku di US Embassy juga waktu itu dikasih ruangan aku sendiri. I have my own office. So my supervisors can just come visit me in my office, and then like, knock knock, can I come in? And I was like, yeah, sure, please sit down. and then I remember I was like, so what are you doing here? And he was like, I bring you a project. And I was like, okay, what is it? And he said, oh okay, jadi ini buat 4th of July. And I was like, oh apa nih, ngapain nih? And he said protocol, and I was like, perfect, I'll do it.
Right.
Yeah, so
I love that eagerness.
Yeah, doing. And then also I remember I also hang out with a lot of like staff in US Embassy. Jadi gak cuman ketemu sama orang di department aja, tapi banyak banget staff di US Embassy. And then I remember the staff is very eager to see interns yang kayak, hey, can I join a lot of activities in US Embassy? And he said, do you like public speaking? Because if you like public speaking, we have Toastmasters in US Embassy. I don't know if you still have that here.
We do.
Yeah?
Did you participate in Toastmasters here?
No, because I was very shy. But
well, that's why you should join Toastmasters. They help you get over the shyness.
But she was like, okay, come it was like every Wednesday. It was like in 2017, but I don't know when. Tapi dia bilang kayak, just come once every week to learn about public speaking. And I was like, this is perfect. This is great. Yeah, we'll come. But then when the time comes, I was like, okay, I'm shy. Yeah, but
that's fun.
Yeah, but I regret doing that. I should just go. Yeah.
Yeah, but you're doing public speaking now, and you're doing an amazingly good job. Isn't she great? Gosh, she is fantastic.
Yeah.
Well, what was it like? What was it like working with Americans? Was it, were there? Was it different than what you expected it to be?
Yeah. I mean, I wasn't expect to be in like, come on, you can do it. Like you can do it. I was like, aku tuh kayak, aku tuh orangnya sangat amat malu gitu. Karena kan if I was an intern, I was like, oh maybe I'm just like observe, sit down, and then like, okay, doing some notes gitu. But then my American partners, American coworkers, they'd be like, come on, you can do it. Come to these meetings and then like do this job, handle this client, meet the CEO, call them. And I was like, okay, I'll do it. I'll try my best.
Right.
And then it really turns me into someone who's very like, okay, I can really do it, like I can, yeah.
It's self-confidence, right?
Yeah.
Having experience, succeeding, just builds that confidence to do it again, to do more.
Yeah. And then that environment, it's really, you can see in every, American, like US Embassy intern, like former interns, they are very self-confident, and I'm like, because the upbringing from their supervisor is like, oh, you can do it,
Right.
Speak in this event, do this. I remember my supervisors, he said, can you do this? So I was writing, how do you call it? So I wrote a brief for U.S. ambassador back then.
Really?
Ambassador Donovan.
Yeah.
'Cause
You wrote
I
a
have-
brief for the
yeah,
ambassador.
I have an event.
Wow.
I have an event, right? With I think with U.S. students, and then they wanted to meet the U.S. ambassador to have some kind of like coffee time, and then my supervisors was like, "Hey, suddenly kamu ada acara nih sama U.S. ambassador gitu, jadi kamu tulis briefnya ya." And I was like, so exciting. So this is my favorite, visiting U.S. ambassador residence.
Oh, his house. Yes.
Yes.
That's the ambassador's
This is
house.
Actually, in our last day, I didn't have pictures on my any other events.
That
but
house is huge, isn't it?
yeah, and with the
It's
pictures,
massive.
this is like my favorite pictures. Oh, this is like me and my interns friends. We have some of the summer hire as well from the
Oh,
US.
nice.
Yeah.
The Summer Hires is a program that we do for it's basically the children, the dependents of our U.S. employees, our diplomats who are here. So their children who are age 16
Yeah.
and older, who are either kind of in high school or in university, they will have a summer job at the embassy. So it's nice because it overlaps. Most of them are American university students,
Yeah.
and then the intern university students. There's a nice overlap, so you
Yeah,
can
yeah.
get activities like this.
Yeah, we hang out together a lot.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, that's cool. And then I remember like this one we have, I think it's during our last day, because I remember, because I visit ambassador residence a lot, I remember the cookies there is very good. The cookies.
That's
yeah, I was
you.
eating my cookies. It was like so good.
Yeah, but that's the ambassador right there.
Yeah, I told him in this pictures, I really love the cookies. What was the recipe? And he was like, get it. And I was like, yeah, I got the recipe anyway.
I think there's another great picture that you have that I think is such a cool opportunity for our interns to have. And
yes, of course. This is my favorite pictures all the time. I still have this one. I hang it in my room wall.
and what is that?
It's the certificate of appreciation. So when you finish your internship at the U.S. Embassy, you will get this cool, certificate of appreciations. It will be signed by the ambassadors. And not only that, you will see this is like your name. This is here to certify it. And then you have your name. And then like below, it is like notes from your supervisor. So it's personalized notes from your supervisors, right? So I remember it was two of us in the department. And then two of us get different notes, so it's really personalized. And so that's something that I really cherish. That's why I hang it on my wall. So
That's
every time
awesome.
I was like, oh yes, I was the U.S. Embassy intern, right?
Good for you.
Cool stuff. Yeah.
You know, I want to take another moment here, kind of to talk about what it takes to get in. And so part of that process is an actual interview that
Yeah.
individuals have to do.
Right.
So, a real quick rundown of what the process looks like is that an intern will submit an application by
Yeah.
emailing that to us. I believe there's an email address somewhere on there. It's just an email address. Just find one and send it to it. And so they will email their application. There's other documents that are required to go along with it. For example, a reference letter. I
Yeah.
think something that kind of proves you are a student
Yeah,
at a
yeah,
university. They're going to want just all these documents. Make sure you provide all of the required documents. Please do not disqualify yourself by not submitting the required
Yeah.
documents. That is critical. So, you'll submit those documents. Our recruiters here at the embassy will kind of screen through all of these candidates. They'll screen through all the applications and see which candidates best meet our requirements.
Yeah.
Then they are going to schedule interviews. I assume you had an interview as well, right?
Yeah.
So interviewing's not easy. I mean, and it's easy to be nervous in an interview, and I get that. But there's some things you can do to prepare for that interview.
Yeah.
Some of the things I first recommend doing is to practice that interview. So think about the job or the internship position that you're going to apply for. Think about what questions they might ask in that interview. What are some questions related to this? So, for example, if you are, working, let's say you go for an economics related job.
Yeah.
So think about in your university time, in your classes, what are some classes you took related to economics? What are some projects you did related to economics? What are some papers or reports you wrote related to economics? Think about these. Think about what you know about this and what you contributed, and kind of take notes. Also, what's a good thing to do is, practice either with just by yourself or with somebody. It's better if you do it with somebody. Write down some questions. Have somebody else ask those questions and actually say the answers out loud. And you'll find that if you do that a few times, you'll be able to get that answer more concise and well presented.
Right.
And it's good to know, just to answer the question. Some people, when they give an interview, they like to go on and on and on and on and on and on and on, and we don't need that. Learn how to get the answer, get to the point, and then you can move on to the next question. So the biggest thing you can do is to practice. So that's the interview. Once the interview is done, then the hiring manager, they're going to look through those results, and they will they'll select the candidate that they want. Our recruiters will reach out to the candidate and provide a conditional offer. It's a conditional offer because there are still 2 steps that are involved that come before the final offer. The first is a pre-employment medical check. So, there's a whole form that you get a doctor to fill out, and that gets sent in. There's also a security background check. Remember, you're coming to work in our embassy. So we're going to do a security background check on everybody. So that doesn't take terribly long, but it does. I mean, there is stuff involved. So we will we'll have that process, and then you get the final offer and orientation, and you start. So I think we have some questions.
Yes, true. We have 2. Yang pertama itu dari Ardista. Thank you banget pertanyaannya. Pertanyaannya adalah, kira-kira ada nggak sih minimum semester yang harus kita selesain dulu sebelum applying gitu. Nah, jadi minimumnya adalah yang pertama itu harus semester 5. Nah, dan itu kalau semester 5 tuh biasanya berarti third bachelor's degree ya, right? So jadi minimumnya adalah itu semester 5 gitu. Dan bisa juga kalau misalkan kalian first year dari master's degree, jadi nggak cuman S1 aja tapi bisa juga S2 gitu. Okay, next questions dari Nana. Terima kasih pertanyaannya. Jadi apakah akan ada internship di Surabaya atau Medan office? Ini pertanyaannya bagus banget sih. So yang tadi Pak Jason bilang kan ada 19 positions di 13 offices kan. Jadi itu 19 position di 13 office, itu nggak cuma di Jakarta doang, tapi ada Jakarta, Medan, dan juga Surabaya. Jadi make sure tanggal 24 nanti kalian cek banget websitenya, atau kalau misalkan tanggal 24 udah ngecek dan pengen tahu kira-kira oke, Jakarta apa aja, di Surabaya apa aja, di Medan apa aja yang buka gitu, jangan lupa datang ngeliat di @Amerika tanggal 27 Januari gitu. Nah, kalau yang tadi ini aku mau remind lagi sih yang tadi yang udah dijelasin sama Pak Jason gitu kan. Kebetulan tadi kepotong karena mau jawab pertanyaan kalian dulu nih, tapi aku mau remind lagi. Jadi prosesnya, selection prosesnya itu yang pertama tadi, jangan lupa untuk lengkapin semua dokumen yang dibutuhin dan kirim ke email kita. Jadi ada nanti emailnya, bisa dilihat aja di sini tuh emailnya Jakarta fnsip@state.gov. Jadi dikirim ke situ semuanya. Jadi jangan sampai ada dokumen yang wajib banget itu kelewatan, karena kalau kelewatan nanti sayang banget bakal didiskualifikasi. Jadi jangan sampai ketinggalan, harus benar-benar dicek tuh apa sih requirement-nya gitu yang required. Nah, nanti after you submit your what do you call it? Your application dari email, itu yang kedua adalah ada interview nih. Nah, tadi kan Pak Jason juga udah ngejelasin tuh tips-tipsnya untuk interview tuh kayak gimana gitu kan. Jadi make sure kalau misalkan kalian datang interview, jangan langsung datang doang, tapi harus prepare dulu nih, kayak latihan dulu. You can ask your friends, your family, or whoever buat bantuin untuk Q&A, kayak just think of like, kalau misalkan if you're applying for economy gitu, misalnya untuk economic sections, kira-kira pertanyaan apa aja sih yang akan ditanya gitu. Nah, itu jangan lupa di practice juga supaya nanti interviewnya berjalan dengan lancar. Again, because practice makes perfect. And then also after tadi kita jadi pertama udah kirim berkasnya, pas berkasnya dikirim gitu kan, oh bagus, oke, kita dipanggil tuh buat interview. Nah, nanti kalau udah interview nih, udah selesai, kita pulang gitu kan. Nah, nanti kita tunggu tuh hasilnya. Nah, nanti orang yang habis interview kita itu, dia bakal kirimin kita conditional offer. Jadi setelah conditional offer, langkah selanjutnya adalah kita buat medical check up, terus habis itu juga security check up gitu. Karena bukannya gimana-gimana, tapi emang itu adalah langkah-langkah wajib yang harus dilakukan sebelum kalian bisa kerja di sini gitu. Nah, setelah itu biasanya kalau semuanya udah lengkap, baru deh kalian dapat offer letter dan bisa magang di sini bareng kita gitu. Okay, that's all about the application process.
It's as easy as that.
Yes.
It's just as simple as that.
Very
all these
simple.
steps, go through them, do them right, and that's it.
You're good.
So I'd like to know. So I know right now you are working for a large company here in Jakarta. It's a great job, sounds like. What I'd like to know is, did this internship benefit you in getting your current job and kind of succeeding in your current job? Do you feel that it was beneficial?
Yeah. I feel it's very highly beneficial because after USMC internship, I took another internship as well, right? So gak cuman magang di internship di USMC aja, tapi because I really love to learn from internship, right? Doing real jobs and something like that. So I always do different internship every year. So after USMC, I just like apply for internship,
like
and
a
then
professional intern.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
Somebody hates getting paid.
4 years in university, every year I did a different internship. But anyways,
that's awesome.
But yeah, I think it's really help you to like get your job done and then like make people really interested in you because you have the confidence and then you have, you have the confidence to speak and you're very communicative because, I think USMC helps me to provide the base because it's basically my very first internship in university.
The US one was your first internship?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes. Because back then, you don't really have the minimum requirement of 5th semester. So I was like in my 3rd semester back then. Yeah, so I still have a lot of time to like do a lot of internship. But again, it's foundations that, shape me into who I am as a person today, right?
Oh,
communicative and then like very, you can do it. Like, just do it.
Can-do attitude.
Yeah, definitely, yeah.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
Well, I know an important question a lot of people are going to have is this a paid internship? And unfortunately, it's not. This is not a paid internship, but it does provide valuable experience.
Of course, yes, yes.
Working in, you're working in an embassy. That alone is difficult to come by.
Of course,
You're working in a very international environment, even multicultural. So we like to say it's American, but it's also there's so many Indonesians that are working here, and then there are individuals who really aren't even American. There are other dependents of employees who are from other countries as well that are working in the embassy. So it really is very multicultural. And, we try to, just give broad experiences to people. So while it isn't paid, it is even for yourself, it can be a life-changing experience.
For sure, yeah.
So great value.
Yeah, and also I have one question
Question.
from Derich. Thank you so much for the question. So I'm just gonna go ahead and ask you. So Derich is asking if I got selected as an intern, let's say, and I need time off because I have universities of classes. Is that allowed?
It is allowed. we want to be very flexible with your schedule, especially in this kind of, as I mentioned earlier, this hybrid format of online classes, of online work and in-person work. We want to be very flexible with that. So, what was the individual's name? Darrage?
Darrage, yeah.
Darrage, yes, Darrage. We will allow you to take the time, whether it's to take care of your classes, whether it is to take care of your, a personal issue you might have. We try to be very flexible with that.
Yes. And also, I remember, again, with my time, during my internship at the US Embassy, I remember I think I need to attend some classes, right, during my internship, because I was still third semesters, right? And I remember I said to my supervisors, "Pa, excuse me, I need to go to my," and he was like, "Just go. If it's school, just go. It's important. School is important." And I was like, "Just go." And I was like, "Is it okay?" And he was like, "Just go."
Yeah. Well, and like I said, school is important. Yes, this internship is important. The work that you're going to do for us is important. But we recognize the most important thing is your education. So if you need time off and that flexibility to take care of a class, that is the most important thing for you, and it's the most important thing for us as well. We want to be as accommodating as we can.
Yeah. And also, I get one question. I think it's for me, myself now.
Hey,
I got a
nice.
question. Okay. It's from Kedutaan. Thank you so much for the questions. Thank you for asking me the questions. I'm very glad. So, I got asked how I manage my time between studying and internship.
That's a good one.
That's a good one, yeah. Because, I was still very young back then, third semesters in my first year.
You're still very young. Are you kidding me? You see this gray? Come on.
I'm still young now. Okay. Kalau misalkan ditanya gimana sih caranya untuk ngebalance belajar sama internship gitu, sebenarnya gimana ya cara aku manage waktu tuh paling tahu aja sih, karena dua-duanya punya responsibility masing-masing kan. Aku nggak ngelihat kayak satu itu lebih penting daripada yang lain. Aku ngeliatnya tuh dua-duanya sama-sama penting gitu. Jadi misalkan kalau belajar ya aku sebisa mungkin misalkan di sekolah gitu, itu kan benar-benar fokus banget kan. Jadi kalau misalkan belajar di kuliah tuh ya udah benar-benar fokus belajar. Terus abis itu kalau misalkan ada kerjaan pun ya diselesaikan saat itu juga gitu. Jadi jangan pernah procrastinate, karena if you procrastinate and then you will have a lot of time untuk ganti-ganti ini loh, apa namanya, yang tadi nggak dilakuin tadi kan. Jadi just do whatever you need to do and then like just go with all of your activities. Jadi selalu can do attitude and then like finish it fast, and then you'll be able to manage your time well. So yeah, just do everything and don't think about it, because the more you think about it, the more you think like, why I have so much things to do, just do it, right?
Yeah. So how do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
It's just, you just got to do it. You just got to do it.
I mean, if you were in university, then you just finished all uni related, and then like you finish it, and then when you back to your internship, all you think is about job, right? So focus one at a time, right? And then you can manage well. So you can switch, one.
Great advice from an experienced person, multiple internships, graduate, job at amazing company. So learn from her. She's great. She is great. One last question I have. Not one last question. I probably have like 100 questions, but I know we can't sit here all day. But one question I have is, do you have any fun memories of your time at the U.S. Embassy that you could share with us?
A lot. I have a lot. I think one of my favorite is that pictures of me and my friends. Look at how cute we are. Like, this is for the 4th of July, right? Because this is one of the fun event we are doing. And then not only this, but we also do like luncheon. So sometimes, like every week, we gather to back in embassies, and then like, we do share a lot of kayak kira-kira kalian ngapain aja sih di departemen kalian, karena ada yang intern di PAS, ada yang intern di IT juga, jadi kayak kita tuh suka ngumpul-ngumpul para intern kalau makan siang bareng, terus habis itu kita ngumpul-ngumpul juga, kadang-kadang kita makan-makan bareng juga gitu. Jadi it's a lot of fun things that I and my fellow interns do, and of course I have a lot of fun time with Ambassador Donovan and his great cookies and milk.
The cookies.
Yeah, and also I remember something. I think
We
it's
gotta
very
find
hard.
those cookies. Gotta find that recipe for all interns.
I think it's very heartwarming because I remember the ambassador asked me, like, why do you want to have an internship at the U.S. Embassy, right? The ambassador asked me that, and I was like, yes, I really wanna to have the internship because I really wanted to see how diplomats works in in real life, right? And he said, I remember when I was young, I really wanted to be a diplomat, and I see a diplomat, right? And that's what makes me a diplomat now. And I said to him, like, I hope I can be a diplomat like you, like ambassador. So it's a lot of fun things, not only with my fellow interns, but also the ambassador himself. He is very nice. The cookies I love the cookies.
The cookies.
And then he also
Who
gives
needs pay when you can get cookies?
a lot of great advice, the ambassadors, and I got a lot of advice from my supervisor as well, my economy attaché, trade attaché, a lot of things. A lot of US diplomats give me a lot of great advice. And when I was working now, I'm kind of like adult now. So I was like,
you are.
and then I started to realize, wow, their advice is so amazing. It's something that you will not get anywhere, right? So yeah, it's amazing. Yeah, fun times.
Well, good. Something that I'll find, that's I think kind of somewhat unique to an American culture, if you're going to be working here, is that we want everybody to kind of participate, whether it's in meetings, whether it's in these activities, So it's very common that even if you are just an intern or an entry-level employee or whatever that might look like, if you're in a meeting, they're going to ask for your input. They're going to ask, what do you think about this? And, we want your input.
Yes.
We think everybody has the ability to provide a good idea, has the ability to contribute. What we don't think is that only the senior level people should be talking and everybody else just listening. No, we like to hear from everybody. So don't be surprised if you join us as an intern and you're in a meeting, they're going to say, hey, Shirley, what is your idea about, this trade idea? Do you think it could work here? So we really like people who are going to be comfortable with speaking out.
Of course.
So I know there's a lot of people online that are tuning in, and I just want to say thank you very much, because this is our second kind of live event that I've participated in, and hearing the feedback, seeing the questions, the comments, these are great, and you've given us an hour of your time, and we really are appreciative of that. So thank you so much to everybody out there for tuning in, sending in those questions, those comments, and listening to us just chat it up.
Yeah, and I also would like to give a shout out to Nashar. Thank you so much. She said, we have a great chemistry and really like the
High five.
Yes, and really enjoy the event so far. And I was like, thank you so much for enjoying us talking here.
It's fun, right?
Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah.
And you will also be able to experience this kind of fun if you join us in the internship at the U.S. Embassy. Yeah.
I can't promise we'll have the same cookies, but we do have a new ambassador. So, but I think the cook might still be the same. But we will try our darndest to get those. But we're coming in at the last few minutes of our session, so I know there's a few talking points that we probably want to touch on again. First, being the application schedule.
Yeah.
And when can people start applying again?
24 Januari. Jadi application-nya itu buka 24 Januari sampai 18 Februari. Jangan lupa banget, harus diingat-ingat.
Super important dates. Another one is when the internship starts. And it starts when?
Jadi internshipnya itu mulai 13 Juni sampai Agustus tanggal 19. Jadi jangan lupa juga tuh ya, harus diingat-ingat, dicatat. Jangan lupa dicatat.
Right. And last, what we really want to talk about too is kind of a continuation of this event where we are going to provide more kind of detailed information. Like this has been, about what's the day in the life of an intern? What was the experience like for you?
Yeah.
But we have another event that's coming up that's going to talk about what each internship is. What are the sections that are open? Who's going to be there? How to do it? There'll be other diplomats there, not just me. You're probably getting tired of only seeing me, So there'll be other diplomats there too that will be able to give some input.
Yeah.
And that is when and where?
Jadi jangan lupa nih kalau misalkan kalian juga pengen ngeliat diplomat lain ngasih penjelasan tentang apa aja sih posisi yang dibuka, itu di @Amerika tanggal 27 Januari jam 2 sampai jam 4 sore. Jadi jangan lupa sekarang nih abis ini kalau udah selesai langsung follow Instagramnya @Amerika biar nggak ketinggalan.
Perfect. We really hope everybody tunes in for that. There'll be so much great information, great discussions, and again, if your university, if the career center representative from your university hasn't been contacted by the embassy yet, please let us know. Drop a comment, onto the site and let us know. I have no idea what that says. I still don't know what that says.
Oke. Ya, jadi tadi yang Pak Jason bilang kan, jangan lupa kalau misalkan belum dihubungin nih representatif dari kampusnya, jadi jangan lupa di komen aja di sini, bisa namanya, bisa juga emailnya, bisa juga di DM. Jadi jangan lupa DM kita abis ini. Jadi direct message aja, karena kalau komen kan takutnya ketutupan. Jadi di direct message aja, DM sekarang namanya dan juga kontaknya biar kita bisa hubungi.
Clearly I'm too old, right? Clearly need to put me out to pasture because, all right, thank goodness I have someone that is in touch with what's going on. DM it, right?
Yeah,
DM that to direct message that information, and we will follow up with your career center and get them online, get them to join in, get an invitation out to them. So the more the merrier.
Yeah. And we will see you guys at 27th of January at America social media.
So with that, I know we're coming up at the end of our time.
Yeah.
So first, I want to say, Shirley, thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
It has been a great pleasure sitting here. Thank you for taking the time out of your day, because today is a work day. So you had to take time from your company to come here.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for doing this. We're so glad that you were able to do an internship here, and we're so, speaking on behalf of the embassy, we're so proud of what you've accomplished and where you've gone. Yeah. So if we could have had a small help to get you there, that's fantastic. We're so happy for you. Thank you everybody that's out there that has listened. We've got a Q&A will be available on our website, with lots of pertinent information. Thank you all so much for everything.
Thank you so much, and bye-bye. Thanks for joining.
Bye, everybody. Thank you.